So in this video, I'm going to talk about the Sumo Deadlift. Let's start with how far apart our feet are. With a Sumo Deadlift, you're taking, a fairly wide stance here. That's a little bit wider than shoulder width. I like my heels to start a few inches out from shoulder width. If you want to take a little bit of a narrower stance, you can. If you want to go a little bit wider like this, that's fine. I personally like kind of a moderate stance like this. And then you're also going to slightly point your toes outwards. And that's how far your toes are out is going to depend on how far your stance is apart. So if you have a wider stance, you're going to point your toes a little bit more out. And then as you come in more and more, your toes are going to point in. But never should they be pointing forward. They're always going to point out. From there, let's go over to the bar and talk about the setup position. So with the Sumo Deadlift, you can really get your shins right up to the bar. With a conventional deadlift, you want to leave a little bit of room because you have more knee bend, but with a Sumo Deadlift, there's really not much knee bend, so you can walk your shins right up to the bar. And then from there, it's a hip hinge back. So you want to push your hips back to the wall behind you, and then grab the bar and have your chest up like this. Now, what you don't want to do is lower your hips down here because this isn't a squat, it's a deadlift. So keep your hips up a little bit higher and then keep your chest upright. What I like to say is keep your hips as high as they can be. That still allows your chest to be upright and for someone to read the letters on your chest if they were in front of you. So if you notice, if my hips were this high, obviously my chest is like pointed down to the ground. Nobody could read my letters. So I need to lower my hips a little bit and then pull my chest up. And this is going to be the right starting position. Notice my shoulders are just a little bit in front of my hands. Okay, I'm not starting from out here. You're going to blow your back out, nor am I going to fall back completely upright. Okay, and then from there, let's talk about how you create tension with your body and with the bar in this exercise because that's the most important. So in terms of your feet, you want to think about spreading the floor apart. So in a squat, for example, we're trying to grip the floor and push down through the floor. But in the Sumo Deadlift, we're actually trying to go down and away from us because as we're down in this position, if you're trying to spread the floor apart, you're going to create a lot of tension. And you'll feel that if you give it a try. And then from there, let me get set back up again. So from this position, I like to take an under-over grip. So I go like this, that allows me to hold more weight. If you want to go both hands over, that's totally fine. And then from there, a couple other ways to create tension. One, you're going to want to breathe in, squeeze your abs, and lift up. So that's the breath portion. The other thing is you want to, when you're down here, you want to squeeze your lats and pull your shoulders back. So this is really important. When I'm in this starting position here, notice my shoulders and my lats right now. I'm going to pull them back and create a lot of tension with my lats, my shoulders. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the slack out of the bar. So never do you want to lift the weight up without pulling the slack out of the bar. And what you'll notice is if you lift up on the bar, there's just a tiny bit of room that allows for the bar to then become, nice and close and tight up on the weights. So that's what you want to do before you lift up. So I'm down here, I'm in this starting position. I pull my shoulders back, create tightness through my lats. I pull the slack out of the bar. I spread my feet apart like this. And then from there, you just lift right up and squeeze your glutes. And then you return to the starting position. Right there, squeeze glutes. And return to the starting position. Notice, when I'm ready to pull up to the top of this movement, I'm not dropping my hips. So my hips start here, breathe in, finish at the top by squeezing the glutes, and go back down. Now, one other common mistake people will make is at the top, they'll overextend their back here, Don't do that. Stay nice and tall and finish with the glutes. So again, that's here, pull the slack, squeeze the glutes, and right back down.